Hello YouTube. I am here to give a full in-depth review of my Costco generator powered by Yamaha. I've now been running this thing since I installed the hour meter, it's been 44 and a half hours. And before I installed the hour meter, I probably ran it for about 10 hours or so. So this is kind of just a full rundown on my thoughts, things that could be improved, things I don't like about the generator. So number one is the price. The price was right. I got it on sale for was it $4.49 or $4.99? I'll put it down below, at Costco, and picked it up, and came with everything you need to get started. Oil, came with a little toolkit. It runs nice and quiet. It's got an eco mode that works nicely, so that when you're not running too much of a load, it's quieter. Even at full load, when I've been running this at full load, eco throttle is quieter than just the standard load. It doesn't affect the power or performance of anything you're plugging in. I've been using this mostly with our fifth wheel while we're doing our remodel. So I've been running saws, table saws, skill saw, air compressor. Currently we've been running a little electrical heater that pretty much maxes this thing out. It's a 1500 watt electrical heater, and so it's been getting its use, and we just plug it in. We use the adapter that came with the generator, and then we plug in we got a surge protector, plug that in just in case anything in here malfunctions, and then I plug in the camper 30 amp cable from the back, and then I just power up the fifth wheel from there. So then this runs everything inside the fifth wheel, and it does great. I've run it, pretty much I'll run it through like 2 tanks of gas at a time when we're out there, which brings up a point that I really don't totally love about this, is that a full tank of gas doesn't last a full day. You really need an extra gas can. We picked up a 2-gallon gas can like this, and that really helps extend the runtime. That way you can just quickly refill it. When it does run out of fuel, it's quick to just refill it. I might like to upgrade the cap so that it's got a spot that you could have a hose attached to it, so you could have a gravity fed or have an extra bottle of fuel. But it runs for about 6 hours at a full load. So as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that I made a mistake, and it actually runs for 4.6 hours on a 90% load, which is what I tested it at. 6 hours would be probably at a 70% load, which, hey, that's pretty good. There's not many times that we'll actually be running at full load unless we're doing our renovation right now. But once we're living in the RV and we're boondocking, we shouldn't be needing full power all day long. Some other things about it: it starts up pretty easily. It's just a pull start. I usually have to turn the choke on a little bit for the first couple pulls, and then pretty quickly run it to run. The oil changes are kind of a pain, but I did just recently order a new funnel that'll screw into the dipstick, and it's like a flexible hose material that you just screw in and then you pour out, and you can more easily pour, because you have to drain the oil out of the fill spot, which is kind of, you have to hold it and tip it, and you make a mess. It's kind of hard not to make a mess. I need to do that today, actually. Speaking of the dipstick area, I did replace the dipstick with a magnetic dipstick that I really enjoy. Kind of just gives me some peace of mind. And I've noticed that there's been some debris. I'll pull it off here in a minute, and I'll show you what we've got inside. Also, the other thing that I did to it is I added the hour meter, and I added it right here, which I'm not super stoked with my install on this. It's pretty good. I think I would highly suggest you installing it right here, actually. So if you install it right here, then you can still run the cable through the spark plug cover. Just notch out the spark plug cover, and then you can mount it right here. There's nothing right under here, just some foam. But if you use some 3M sticky tape on the back of this, or some shorter screws, then you could tap into this no problem. I wasn't fully thinking when I installed the hour meter on here, because when I pull the cover off to access the air cleaner and the dipstick, I have to remove this little bit of cable, which is no problem. It's just kind of a pain, and then I have to thread it back through. I thought, oh, I'm matching the colors and it looks good. I mean, it would look fine if it was right there. I don't know. But the hour meter has been crucial in just keeping track of everything, making sure I stay on top of oil changes. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull this cover off here. With this, it's been running to our fifth wheel really great. What I was able to do with it is stick this underneath the what's it called, part of the fifth wheel, underneath the hitch area. My cable, my power cord runs far enough that I was able to run this underneath that while it was raining, so this didn't get wet. So that was really nice. And I mean, it's quiet. It's definitely, you're gonna hear it running if you're running at full capacity. I would highly suggest putting on eco mode, but if you have it behind your RV, or kind of just a ways behind it, you're not gonna really hear it. I mean, you'll hear it, but it's nothing terrible. Now, I did see recently, I found that this company, A-iPower, actually makes another generator that can be found on Amazon that is red, and it is not a Yamaha generator, not a Yamaha motor, sorry, but apparently the internals are all the same. So same, I'm sure it's almost identical. I'm sure it's made in the same factory. They just can't use Yamaha's name on it. But I will link that up below because it is significantly cheaper. So the reviews look great on it. It's way cheaper. And if it's basically the same thing, and if you get a good warranty with it, I mean, why not go for it? Okay, so here's a magnetic dipstick. And as you can see, there's a couple things on there. Let me get a paper towel, clean paper towel here, and show you what is on it. So definitely a few, it kind of looks like some metallic shavings perhaps. Kind of hard to see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely some metallic shavings. So it kind of gives me some peace of mind putting this down there. It does seem like it goes down far enough to catch everything. But so see, this thing, this is what I don't like about it. So this thing kind of like is supposed to be kind of a spill funnel for your oil when you're doing an oil change, because you're supposed to just like dump it into your funnel. But this doesn't really work super well, and like you can easily get oil lost down there, whereas this other thing just attaches, and then you can kind of more easily control where it's going. But overall, it's really great generator, a great starter generator for boondocking or for prepping, or for, the power's out in California. I know a lot of people are going through that right now. It really sucks what's happening to you guys down there, and this is a great deal as far as quickly going to Costco, picking it up. I'm sure they still have some of them on the shelf. Otherwise, Amazon has an exact replica of this that seems like it's got good stars, and Amazon's return policy is pretty good, so I would think that it'd be worth a bet to try to get one of those as well, because I think it's under $400. It looks identical all the markings and everything. It probably comes with the same manual. All the parts are the same. So I would definitely recommend it. I'm slightly considering getting it just to try it out. Try to run the two in parallel, see if we can run our AC unit with it. I'm pretty compelled to try it out, see if it stands up to the Yamaha one, and see how identical it is, because it really looks quite similar. Somebody else in the comments said that under the cover this looks like the wind generator, which is also on Amazon. I'll link to that as well. Both seem like they have really good reviews. While this is not a Honda generator, and I think Honda has slightly better decibel ratings, you know, for something that is cheap and affordable to pick up and won't break the bank, I would say that this or the version on Amazon is a great deal. Now, really quick note on the on my install. So this is the install here, and as you can see, I broke through the screws with it on the other side, and you can see a little bit right here. So if you mount it up here, there's nothing up here as long as you stay close, but even you've got quite a bit of clearance over here. It's just foam up here, so you'd have no problem. I may even move this, I don't know, and like fill the holes, just because I'm OCD like that. But overall, it's a really great generator, great buy. I've been super happy with it so far. I think that it's going to provide us hundreds of hours of runtime, no problem. Minus the small gas tank, you know, you really can't go wrong with it. I think that I'll do, once I get the new oil change, the oil filler plug, drain plug, I will do a video on me doing an oil change on this, and I think that'll really be a significant upgrade. So there you have it. If you're looking at the Costco generator on the A-iPower Costco generator powered by Yamaha, it's a great starter generator, prepper generator, 1600 running watts, so just keep that in mind. It's a 2000 starting watt. I would not even look at that, honestly. Made in Canada, or designed in USA, made in China, but the company is based in Canada. That's hilarious. We've had this running just above freezing, probably had no problems with it. It just took a couple more pulls on the choke, run it on choke for just a minute, warm it up, does great. Now I need to quickly do this oil change before I lose the sun. So, farewell, happy generator journeys to all of you in California dealing with the power outage issues and the fires. I hope everything goes over soon and that things can return back to normal, and I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.